Mm. Should probably get off this. So, apologize to anybody who was on my stream and just popped back in. I don't know what happened. Hit boss over here, yeah. Went on a movie date with Blanc and Noir? Do that. Hmm. You putting on a special performance just for... I would love a special performance. What? Oh my. Sis, I think Pitbot was looking forward to a private show. I was. A private show from these two? Oh my god. Okay, so that's not the reason they call me here, though. By the way, I am having a quick dinner. For those who don't know, I cook my own food. Right now, we've got, top sirloin flank steak and veggies. Oh. So if I'm not here for, if they're not giving me a private showing, what are we here for? A new dance. So they've got a new dance routine, but it feels off and they want me to help them? Isn't that kind of the same thing as a private showing? I mean, they're showing me a new dance before everybody else, right? Of course. Have a seat in the front row. Sit in the middle of the first row. The lights go off and a melody starts to play. Once again, this is another part where I would just love to see this fully animated. I really would. Both of them start to climb on the pole and dance. God damn. Why are we not getting this animated? Suddenly, Blanc and Noir slide off the pole and head towards me. Give us your hand, okay? As if under a spell, I offer my hand, and both of them pull me onto the stage. What the f- Oh, what? This might be one of the first times I've actually been like super fucking jealous of the commander. Imagine being used as a pole by these two. You know what this makes me want to do? This makes me want to go to Anime Expo dressed as the commander. Just to see if I'll get a Blanc and Noir to use me as an impromptu pole. Damn it. Looking at the two women seductively gyrating against me, my mind becomes hazy. And your pants become tight. Bro. That was hard. Did you notice? Oh my god. Oh my god. Huh. I think you shouldn't do this to anyone except me. Did you not like it? We couldn't actually do it in real life, so we kept practicing on ourselves. The performance was great. There's something missing. See that? Here I thought the commander was gonna be possessive and say, I don't want you to do this with anyone but me. I'm a little disappointed in you, commander. You gotta be possessive. I think there should be a chair. So basically what he's saying is, I want a lap dance. That's part of it, but was there something? Yeah. Standing upright is... Not ideal for Joe. I can't imagine why it's not ideal for a guy to stand up like that while being used as an impromptu pole for a couple of hot women to pole dance on. Oh my god. I think everything would be peachy. I mean, you're still gonna get a pitch tent. Do you think it'd be bad enough that we shouldn't do it on stage? I would actually feel sorry for every single person who had to deal with this, because the moment they get on stage, they're going to be used as a pole. They're going to walk off with like the biggest tent in their pants. That's gotta be awkward. Imagine walking with a raging hard-on all fucking day because you got a lap dance by a pair of bunny girls. Shit. Maybe that will make them feel slightly less agitated. Actually, knowing that we can look but not touch only makes you more desirable. So how about we make this a private show? There we go! There's the commander actually saying, yeah, I don't want any of you being seen like that. I just don't think you can do this sort of thing with a mask. Yes. Let's make this a private show for your eyes only. Thank you. I am totally down for more practice. For this, I've got all the time in the world. Oh my god. I did not realize the commander was like this. I have a fun time testing my resolve while helping Blanc and Noir practice their dance. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad I did this one. We got 14 more. Who else do we have? Spine chilling terror, release the dimension, stress management, breakdown. I don't really care for any of these characters. Is there anything else I need to do here? Right, we need to do the advice. Which flavors do you prefer the most? Spicy, salty, or sour? Salty. Huh. So that was the wrong choice. That was a hard one. And I also don't know Helm that well. Commander, I've made up my mind. What have you made up your mind about? I won't let anyone else say affect me. Of course, I've always been strong, but starting today, I'll be even stronger. So with that in mind, go on and try to say something that would upset me. I'm dating Rappy. Oh my god. I know that's not the right answer, but I really want to use that one. In fact, I might come back to this just so I can use that and see what she says. But no, Pravity, I like you. What was this about not being affected by what people say? Listen to her getting all angry.
For you. Don't be ridiculous. These feelings weren't mentioned in the textbook.
Okay. So, I actually really like Arcana. I heard that when a man and woman look each other in the eyes, whoever looks away first likes the other person more. Go away. I wanted to prove that I like you more. One more time. I wonder, was that the wrong... Yeah, that was the wrong one. Okay, that's sad. I guess I don't know her as well as I thought I do. God, she's hot. I actually think I like her normal outfit more than I like her schoolgirl outfit, too. Why do people have to work anyways? What happened to your sense of purpose? Not talking about the Forbidden Library, it's just that now, on top of that, I've also got to take care of the library and the outpost. Ah! Think of it as an excuse to come see me. I'm glad my narcissism somehow convinced her that it was a good idea. There we go. Okay, I think that's all I really need right now. There's no other characters that I really feel like I need to build like a rapport with. Yeah, we're done. So let's go here. Do some of this.
Did you see me shine up there?
Mission. Shoo.
Woo! I won! Oh, right.
Good job. Shop. No. We're gonna wait until we can enter the hard mode. 1 day, 21 hours to unlock. Well, we will go here. I think that's enough. Is that enough? Yeah, it is. 100. Should have figured I wouldn't get anything there. I think that's about good. Go into here. And I think I'm gonna finish building up. Look on her collection items. Okay. Maintain that doll. Nope. That's sad. We're good. We're good. Okay. Oh! So that was it for Nikke. We did the dailies as much as we can. And I can't go any farther with the story because of the power creep. So we're gonna switch this up. Pop over here. And we're gonna do Snowbreak. Snowbreak Containment Zone. Updated. Hells to the yeah. Open Steam. Huh. Disgusting. Absolutely immoral. How dare you desire vanilla? Dare you desire vanilla? Okay. Snow break time. This will be the third game I played today. You know, I'm always super impressed by people who, like, play 20 different gacha games and they just do the dailies, like, non-stop. Super impressive. I could never do that. Like, I think this is about my limit. Like, 3. I'm good with this. Are you the one who's Genshin or Overwatch? What? Genshin, what do you mean who's Genshin or Overwatch? For the record, I don't play Overwatch. I mean, I've played Genshin, but I don't play Overwatch. Like, I think I did Overwatch, like, maybe twice to play with a friend, but I'm not really into it. Here, Clash of Honor, Memory Mosaic.
Nice pick, darling.
Back Cascade. So I guess we'll do the dailies before we do anything else. Auto select. Do you play Genshin or Overwatch? Ah. Yeah, so when it comes to Genshin, I really only play when there's an update. I'm not super big on the game itself, but I continue to play it because it's got a special place in my heart.
Transphase core.
So, but I did the update a while ago, so I'm just sort of waiting for them to do the next update.
I'll always find you, darling. Darling, let's send them all to Builder Island. Huh. Flash! Now this is getting interest. Huh. Flash! Huh. Flash! Transphase! Don't forget to save. Transphase force.
You know, I feel like when she does this swing, she kind of leads with her foot sometimes.
Pass me the ammo, darling.
Pass me the ammo, darling.
Transphase force. Full moon. Huh. Flash. Darling, let's reaching your era. That's my sweetest joy, darling. Pya. Noobs. Transphase core. Wait. Now this is getting interesting. Transphase core. Wax.
I've noticed that other player, I don't think he has ever...
Transphase.
Oh no, yes, he has. Okay. I was gonna say, I think he stayed with like the little Acacia, but no, he's gone with adult Acacia too.
Darling, let's send them all to Builder Island. Huh. Flash. No matter the distance, I'll always find you, darling. Huh. Flash!
There we go.
Transphase! Darling,
Alright, so we got double S class so far. Triple S! I think that's the best score you can get in this mini game, too.
Don't forget to save.
Alright, we got 18 more seconds. We're not gonna get much higher than this, but I don't think we need to. I don't think it matters at this point. We're just getting extras. Like, yeah, I don't think you can go past triple S class.
The moon shifts. But my heart holds only you.
27%, that's not bad. That's probably the best I've done for this whole thing. Start matching. Oh, I'm not the party leader. I'm not the party leader? Alright. I don't understand. What? I could have sworn I was the party leader. So I just have to wait for them to be finished? Mm. Hey, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna get out. Go back in. Two level 100s. Alright, dinner's been eaten. Delicious.
Darling, let our time flow again.
I will say I've been enjoying the steaks that I've been making.
Darling,
So
let's send them all
to cut down on the amount of carbohydrates I'm eating, I've been doing steak and veggies. And the steak is actually pretty good.
Trans-phase force. Full moon. Trans-phase. No matter the distance, I'll always find you, darling.
That's an insane. Someone's using the Fox Mommy, and she's crazy strong.
Flash.
I really need to build her.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're currently on score A. Which isn't bad.
Darling, let's send them all to trans-phase.
Ooh.
Flash.
It's been a while since I've did that. I don't know what the requirements are to do that particular attack though. Is.
Reaching your era? That's my sweetest joy, darling. Slash! Slash!
There we go. Oh, you know what? I think I might get it.
Just a scratch.
You gotta build up. And then maybe hold the E button.
Trans-phase. Yeah. Slash.
Oop.
Slash.
There we go. Yep. That does it.
Slash.
Mm.
Slash. Just a scratch. Flash.
Yeah, I see it. So, oh, maybe do it in just a bit.
I'll always find you, darling.
I actually figured it out how to use that special attack. Give me a second. Oh, never mind. We're not going to be able to do it.
Space. I'll always
Let's see how well I did. 20% is
the era where you are.
not as good. Last time was only 21, so it's not like it's that big of a deal, but it is kind of sad that it still took me so long. Or that I didn't do nearly as well. Alright. Matchmaking. Actually, you know what? Let's stop for a second. Let me see. I mean, yeah, okay, I guess I should do all of this. Matchmaking. Matchmaking. And while I'm waiting for someone to show up, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do drafts. This one. This was a trial. Oh, and I am ready. Let's do this.
Darling, let our time flow again.
Darling, let our time flow again. Sure. Okay. Here we go. So this is how it works. So we're gonna do first. We gotta build up that moon thingy. You can see how the moon is filling up. It's the first step. Fill up the moon.
Now this is getting interesting.
And then as you fill up the moon, like when you do this, you get these little marks on here. I can't show them to you, but like these little strange marks. And when I do that, I can do this and hold the E button to do that attack. I don't know why I didn't notice that until now. There we go. So I think what you need to do, you need to wait until that is full, and then you do that. There we go. Just like that.
Don't forget to save. Space. Reaching your era? That's my sweetest joy, darling. Yeah. Yeah.
And slash. I don't know how good that attack is compared to the others, but I imagine it's got to be pretty decent.
Space. Now this is getting interesting. Flash.
Oh,
Darling, let's
that was
send
a
them all to
waste.
Builder Island. Yeah.
What you?
No matter the distance.
I still feel like everyone is doing way better damage than I am.
Yeah. Noobs. Ha! Yeah. Now this is getting interesting. Trans space. Yeah. Huh. Slash. Yeah. Now this is getting interesting. Yeah. Trans space. Transphase core. Wayne.
Damn. Oh, and that was it. We only got double S. What?
I'll always return.
But I also did the most damage. Holy shit!
Era where you are, darling.
That's the first time I've ever done more damage than anybody else in one of these games. These neural simulator thingies. Okay. I think that's it for me. That's all. No. That's not all I need. God dang it. I need this one more time, maybe? What is this even for? It's used for allocating logistics and measuring personal strength. I don't know what that is. You know what? We're gonna go out of there for now. And let's go into the shop. Buy this. I do also want to buy that nine-tailed fox figure. But then... what else do I want to get here? I guess... weapons level up. You know what? I need these.
Nice
to
pick, darling.
level up weapons. And then... go here really quick, operatives. Go into... her. 80. There we go. I now have... quite a few people at 80. Level 80 now. Now weapon. We're gonna train her weapon. Oh, but I don't have enough money. 69,000. It's quite the number. This one. Grips? No. Huh. Alright. What about her manifestation? Oh, we don't have anything for that. We don't got enough materials. Grab. 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 Grab like the grab and dragon. This way. Go back here. Alright. It's now time to continue the Blossom and Ruins. So we are on Progress 2. It's really...
敵が増え続けています。
Adjutant, there seem to be more and more of them. It's really interesting how... Interesting and also kind of sad how this game has story important content hidden behind limited time events. I feel like a lot of these events should be main story content and they should be available for free. Like, it feels almost like they're not allowing the story to continue in a progressively linear manner. After several rounds of gunfire, Enya sensed the anomaly. Enya and Marianne weren't wearing the giraffe masks, so they couldn't see what was happening. They could only fire based on my directions. But I saw it clearly. Just moments ago, after one of the changed had been shot and nearly torn apart by the impact, it was still wriggling on the ground. In the span of a few breaths, its body began to heal. Flesh and bone reformed, broken limbs regenerated, and it soon rose to its feet again. And this wasn't an isolated incident. Each of these enemies was like that. It's not that more are coming, they just keep reviving. Fukatsu is revive, okay.
もしかしてこれらの敵もミームの影響で見た幻覚なのでしょうか?
Could these enemies be illusions generated by the memes? Faced with enemies that refused to stay dead, Enya and Marianne moved closer to me, waiting for my next orders. No, I can still see them even while wearing Lizzie's giraffe mask. It can't be illusions. As I spoke, I pulled the trigger, taking down the nearest one. In other words, it must be something else that's being affected by the memes. If there was anything special about these enemies compared to those outside Zone 16, it was the strange multicolored glow on their heads. Enya, changed at 12 o'clock, about 5-6, aim for the head. As I gave the order, Enya raised her gun. 2 shotgun blasts rang out, piercing the target's head before it fell flat on its back. As it fell, I saw a beam of colorful light come from the distance, entering the changed's body. In the blink of an eye, its head quickly healed, and the eerie glow returned. All right, let's push through toward 1 o'clock. Hi. Hi. While Enya and Marianne cleared the way ahead, I pulled off my giraffe head mask and turned to hand it to Lizzie, who was leaning casually against cover, sipping her soda. What a casual girl. My lips twitched with amusement at the sight, squeezing her arm and soda can into her giraffe head mask, raising the soda can from within.
それを外したらまた霧でよく見えなくなるよ.
No burp, if you take it off, the fog's going to block your view, you know. True, but it's hard to move around with this thing on. I spoke as I walked toward Lizzie, swiftly grabbing the back of her collar. So for now, I'll have you be our eyes. I didn't mean to scare her, but if I let her keep blathering on, the enemy would close in on us. Without her giving her a chance to react, I yanked her from behind cover while shielding her with my body, pulling us both toward the path ahead. Okay, let's continue. Aside from their ability to revive, these changed weren't anything special. With our combined firepower, we quickly tore a hole through their encirclement. Lizzie, panting behind me, struggled to keep up. But thankfully, she kept calling out directions, helping us navigate through the fog. Appreciate you, girl. Hey everyone, I'll be attending. Before long, we reached the source of the light. There, before us, was a strange, glowing, swirling vortex of light hovering within the fog. I'm assuming so. I think so. It's the same colors we saw on those enemies' heads. As we approached, we could finally see it more clearly. The swirling light vortex that had dozens of faint beams extending from it, each one connected to one of the changed we had just fought. This and that, it's feeding them energy, yes. Seems to be what's happening. Marianne murmured, glancing at me, silently asking if we should fire at it. Yes! Okay, it's not. Hold off on firing for now. This light vortex doesn't seem to have a physical form. Nope. But if it's some kind of energy form, then I can probably... Uh-oh, what is it, Enya? Before I could act, Enya and Marianne suddenly grabbed my hands from either side at the same time. I feel like they know me too well. What is this? That's exactly what he was gonna do. That's the idea. Taihan, we haven't figured out exactly what it is. If it's a trap, that's true. You girls. I sighed and scratched my head, then glanced over at Lizzie, who was still catching her breath. Technically, this thing's... So it's a mimetic collective. Re-Monster. Does anybody know Re-Monster, the series Re-Monster? But before she could finish, the friendly stares from Anya and Marianne made her immediately swallow the rest of her words. Wow.
いや、やっぱりお二人の言う通りだと思うよ。
I mean, the two ladies do make a good point. Backtracking your words, I will admit, Anya and Marianne together would be a scary combination. Somewhat expectedly, I couldn't rely on her for help convincing them. I cleared my throat and turned my attention back to Anya and Marianne. Now you're worried about me. I've done this kind of thing many times before. If anyone should do this, it has to be me. And I'm not going to absorb it all at once. Rather than eliminating it completely, I'm actually curious to find out if I can get some intel about Zone 16 from it, like I do with Taitogen. After giving them my reasons, I turned to Anya and Marianne, gently taking their hands so they could hold onto my arms. Let me try first. If anything goes wrong, you can pull me away. With that reassurance, their worries seemed to ease. They gripped my arms and stepped back, allowing me to face the light vortex. I stretched my hand toward it, my heart racing slightly, concentrating like I would when absorbing Taitogen. Almost immediately, a trickle of energy flowed toward me, like a fish darting through water, slipping into my body through my fingertips. This energy felt distinctly different from Taitogen. There was no sensation of stifling heaviness. In fact, I could barely feel its presence at all. Even so, I immediately cut off my connection to the light vortex and then began breaking down the small amounts of energy that had entered my body. Oh! Someone's calling for help! In that instant, as the energy converted into information, I thought I heard a faint, distant cry. If my senses weren't so keen, I probably wouldn't have been able to make out the cry at all. Help? Someone was calling for help? I concentrated, trying to glean more from that voice, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't make out anything more. Half a minute later, I opened my eyes and let out a slow breath.
分析どうでしたか？何か不審なところは？
No, I think I'm good. Anya's gaze was full of concern, and I gently patted her hand to reassure her. Everything's fine. I could reach the information contained in the energy. It's like someone is crying out for help.
助けを呼んでいる？
Toskeyu? Yondeiru? I assume yondeiru means to help. Or something like that. Tasukete means help. Tasukete. It's just a fragment of the message. I'm not entirely sure, but it does sound like a cry for help. One thing I can be sure of is that this light vortex isn't made of titagen. The energy it contains is much weaker.
もちろんさ。ただのミームだからね。
After watching me absorb the energy from the light vortex, Lizzie seemed more intrigued by what was going on. But according to your theory, the meme should carry a lot more information. But I didn't get anything useful from the light vortex. Lizzie tilted her head and circled around me, as if studying me. Failed to notice anything unusual. Having gotten used to her pattern of being reliable one minute and scatterbrained the next, I simply shrugged. Just as I was about to continue investigating the light vortex, Marianne suddenly raised her gun and aimed behind us. Oh, enemies coming in. She was right. Even with the thick fog obstructing my view, I could hear the sound of chaotic footsteps drawing near. Looks like they got reinforcements. Ooh, are these stronger titans?
光の塊の安全性がわからない以上、今は一度引き上げた方がいいかなと。
You sure whether the light vortex is safe for you to absorb? We should fall. Okay. Right. It's not necessary to engage the enemy right now. Toskete. Just as I was considering retreating, I heard the cry for help again. A thought crossed my mind. If we retreat now, I might miss the chance to get some important intel. Hold on. I want to try absorbing more energy from the vortex. ですが、
円谷さん、ここは分析員さんの判断を信じましょう。
That's right. Trust the adjutant. He knows what he's doing. He does. He's a Chad for a reason. Marianne, please buy me some time. As soon as I spoke, Marianne raised her gun, ready to defend against any enemies that might emerge from the fog. Enya, I need you to keep an eye out for any that slips through Marianne's defense. And I grabbed her hand tightly again. If anything goes wrong, pull me away as fast as you can.
わかりました。分析員のこと、ちゃんと守ります。
That's right, we're counting on you. You just stand there and look like a giraffe. You stay safe and don't get hit by any stray bullets. What a thing to say! Oops. Should have done something. Ignoring Lizzie's loud yelps as she frantically searched for cover, I turned my attention back to the light and reached out. As my mind focused, the energy flowed into me. No longer a trickle, but a rushing surge, flooding my consciousness. Even so, you know what? I feel like I just skipped something. Good. It felt just like before. No change in the energy itself. Even so, I still created a mental barrier within my consciousness, isolating myself from the overwhelming torrent of information. In the physical world, I was rapidly breaking down the relentless energy, watching as the light vortex shrank, disappearing completely in less than half a minute. At the same time, the roars of the monsters in the fog suddenly stopped. It seemed that without the light vortex channeling energy into the surroundings, the creatures had finally fallen. I let out a sigh of relief and turned to look at Enya, who was still holding onto my arm. Enya, we need to... What is that? Uh-oh. Enya's eyes widened in panic as she stared at me. I suddenly realized that the words I had just spewed out were nothing more than jumbled nonsense. Onegai. In that moment, a familiar scene unfolded before me. Before my eyes. Burning cities, weeping civilians, and towering titans. Just like during the first descent in Containment Zone Aleph. I could feel that this was a descent that had struck Zone 16. It turned out the energy I had absorbed was what you could call a Philosian horse, seemingly harmless on the outside, but carrying a startling amount of information within. Even more overwhelming than the data stored within a Titagen tree. The screams and cries of thousands of civilians flooded my mind in an instant. Despair and fear hit me so forcefully that I instinctively gasped for air. Thankfully, my earlier precautions kept my mind from being completely consumed by the onslaught of emotion. With the fragments of clarity I still had, I fought to regain control over my body. Uh-oh, they're panicking. Oh dear. As I heard Enya's voice calling my name, a surreal feeling washed over me. Her voice, along with her face, seemed to flash before me, like images imprinted on film, quickly rolling alongside everything else that had happened today. The only way out, I realized, was to hit the pause button on my consciousness. Uh-oh. So I just turned off my consciousness. The world around me gradually lost its color, and amidst a splitting headache, I closed my eyes. And then I opened them again. When I opened them again, I found myself standing, unharmed. The dizziness and pain vanished in an instant as though they had never existed. But the land beneath my feet was clearly not Zone 16. Instead of the familiar cityscape, I was surrounded by barren rock with a cloud of yellow sand in the distance. A sandstorm on its way. For some reason, I found myself standing in front of a log cabin, completely out of place in the middle of this desert. My right hand was raised, as if I had been preparing to knock on the door. I'm assuming this is someone else's memory. With a sense of hesitation, I knocked on the door, but no one answered. To my surprise, the door creaked open a little at my touch. It wasn't locked, just slightly ajar. An odd premonition settled in my mind. Someone was waiting for me inside, and they were the one who brought me here. Or maybe it's not a memory and I've been brought somewhere. I'm assuming it's my consciousness. I wasn't one to hesitate in the face of danger, so I took a deep breath and pushed the door open. The inside of the cabin was a sharp contrast to the barren desert outside. It was clean, cozy even. On the coffee table in the living room were 2 steaming cups of tea, clearly freshly poured. I was right. Someone was in this house. As I stood there thinking, I suddenly heard footsteps descending from upstairs. I looked up, and to my shock, I saw Anya? Still stunned, I barely had time to react before she threw herself in my arms, burying her face in my chest, the familiar scent of her hair filling my senses. No, this is definitely a dream. She whispered softly in my ear, her tone both gentle and playful. Home. Her words cleared the fog in my head, and in that instant I understood why I was here. My head felt heavy, as if filled with lead, and before I knew it, I fell backward. The warmth against my face cut through my skin and straight to my consciousness, jolting my sluggish mind awake. Instinctively, I reached up to my face, but instead, I grabbed a soft hand. You know, I feel like I've underestimated Enya. Also, I gotta wonder how they hide her nipples. These things. 'Cause, like, there's no way. Unless they're, like, stuck. Some gravity-defying shit right there. Impressive. It was a familiar voice. Enya?
Hi.
Am I still dreaming? She turned her hand over to take mine and began gently stroking my hair with the other. How long was I out? I lifted my head slightly, meeting her eyes, which had a mesmerizing amethyst gleam.
だいたい30分程度でしょうか。もう、オーブンを探してくれるために家を出たっきり、全然帰ってこないから心配してましたよ。
Man, what a housewife. However, I still say this is probably a dream. I'm going back to my first theory. This feels like a dream. Oven. Right. I did leave home to look for one. As her words sank in, a sudden series of thoughts and memories appeared in my mind, filling the blanks leading up to the current situation. When we first arrived, Enya and I worked together to build this small wooden cabin, piece by piece. Over the next 2 years, we scavenged everything we needed to make a home. The books on the table were a collection of poetry from a Kuru poet of the last century, found among the belongings of a refugee who hadn't made it. Every night, Enya would read me a short poem before bed. Most of the furniture came from a ruined town about 25 kilometers away. We'd burned through all of the Jeep's fuel to bring it back. As for the electrical appliances, we did manage to find a few, but the solar panels here could barely power the lights. The rest of the appliances had been left gathering dust. On clear nights, we'd sit on the nearby hillside, gazing at the stars. Without the lights or air pollution, the night sky here was always breathtakingly beautiful. Just 2 days ago, Anya had mentioned wanting to bake cookies, so I ventured back to the long deserted city, hoping to get lucky and find some kind of oven, but came back empty-handed. Might be a combination of a dream with like a hallucination. Like, I think this is somebody else's memory, but he's dreaming as if it's his, due to the massive amount of information that he was overloaded with. Without a doubt, everything in this cabin was a testament to the life Anya and I had built together. Each piece held a memory of the time we had spent here. Oh, well, thank you. Anya gently ruffled my hair, and I leaned into her embrace for a moment, nuzzling against her chest. Peaceful, warm, and blissful routine. This was the life we had been dreaming of. I watched her walk into the kitchen, pick vegetables and fruits from the basket, wash them, and cut them into small pieces. There was just one question. Anya? Where's Marianne? I closed my eyes, gently calling out her name. Anya, busy at the stove, turned and looked at me. Do tashimashita? Can you tell me, what exactly is this place? Oh, I guess not Marianne. So, koko is this. Watashitachi, us. No ie, our home. Her smile remained as sweet as it always had been. I fell silent for a moment, then slowly shook my head. I mean, what is this place that our home exists in?
それは
a safe place, right? I gave the answer before she could respond. She froze for a moment, then slowly nodded in agreement. I knew it. There was no way she could have realized.
このままじゃ早く分析員を安全な場所に連れて行かないと。
Uh-oh. All she wanted at that moment was to take me to a safe place. Hang on a second. I feel like something's wrong here. Maybe not. Maybe? Maybe not. I feel like something is wrong here. Going to my Twitch on my phone. Just to see what's going on. Nope, I've only got one viewer. Okay. Well, I guess that's about expected. But since I've only got one viewer, I do think I'm going to stop after this. With such a simple wish, and under the influence of the mimetic energy I had absorbed, she had inadvertently created a world out of thin air. A world where everything, even the memories we shared here, were fabricated. Okay! Wow, I am actually surprised. So this was not what I had at all expected this place to be. It was literally a world just for the two of us. Planted, just for the two of us. Everything here, down to the smallest detail, was fabricated by the information planted in my mind by the memes. The only things that truly existed in the physical world were us. With that realization, leaving this place no longer seemed like a challenge, but I looked back at Enya, who was still gazing at me, waiting for my response. A twinge of hesitation tugged at me. I could distinguish between reality and illusion, so leaving here would not be difficult for me. But for Enya, it would mean asking her to deny all her memories, even her very existence. Here. No. That would be cruel to her. There has to be another way. Enya, would you like to go out and take a walk after lunch?
どこに?
Dokoni? That's like a very short form. That's super fucking casual. I guess if they're married, it makes sense, though. Let's head northwest and see what's out there. In my memories of this world, Enya and I had nearly explored every part of this desert, but the northwest was the one direction we had never ventured. Maybe there, we would find the edge of this world.
はい。あなたが行きたいというのなら、どこにでもついていきます。
Yeah. What a good One-san wife. Enya agreed without hesitation, but I saw a trace of doubt in her eyes, which wasn't unexpected. Subconsciously, she must have known that once we left, the peaceful life we had built here would be over. But even so, I had to take her away from here. Not to erase the memories we had made, but to create new ones. Better ones. Alright, I think that's going to be it for me today. Mostly just because nobody else is here. And it's not quite the same being by myself. I know all the people who were originally watching the stream before it shut down are probably not here, but I want to thank you all for joining me. You know. And I guess I'll just see everybody tomorrow. You guys have a good one.